Alright, much Abrew about nothing time. Playing some Tezzerator in Modern. And... okay. I mean, this hand's not absurd or anything, but... we got some alright pieces. I think we're actually going to lead on... this is sort of awkward. Let's Sunken Hollow, pass the turn. Next turn we can play our Mana Rock and then play the Vault Scourge off of it. And that'll give us the right colors of mana to Thopter Foundry the following turn. What if fails for our opponent? Gets a mountain. So some sort of burn deck. Monastery Swiftspear. Gets in for 1, down to 19. We draw a swamp. Well, let's play the swamp. Play our Mana Rock. And then do we want to pay 2 life for Vault Scourge? Let's not. Let's just pass the turn. Paying 2 life, I don't know if it's worth it. If it dies to like a Searing Blaze, it's very bad for us. This also lets us leave up Dismember in case there's, I don't know, some flurry of 0 mana spells into Become Amends or something crazy. Opponent just gets in for 1. Plays Mountain. Eidolon of the Great Revel. Okay. Passes. We draw Darkslick Shores. Let's play our Darkslick Shores. So we can pass Dismember. We can Dismember for 2 life and Vault Scourge. That might be fine. Or we could also just play Thopter Foundry. Alright, let's Dismember for 2 life. Actually, no. Let's... I don't like any of these plans. We could just Thopter Foundry pass? That sounds crazy. It does let us make chump blockers. If we're gonna just... let's just pass the turn. Pass the turn, Dismember the Eidolon at some point. Paying full price. Next turn, we can like Darksteel Citadel plus Thopter Foundry, something along those lines. Opponent goes to combat. So let's Dismember the Eidolon. Take 2 from the Eidolon. Take another one from Swiftspear. Down to 15. Opponent's follow-up is more Eidolons. Man, we'd love to draw a sword. Riftbolt suspended. Sword should just win us the game. Ooh, engineered explosives. Well, I think our plan is play Thopter Foundry, lose 2 life, play Darksteel Citadel, and just pass the turn. Opponent's going to Riftbolt us. Down to 10. Opponent only has 3 cards in hand, though. That's not that many. And we have plenty of live draws. If we ever find the sword, we just gain so much life that I don't think we can lose. Bloodstained Mire for our opponent. Lava Spikes. Puts us all the way down to 7. Lava Spikes puts us all the way down to 4. Puts our opponent down to 13. Goes to combat. Swings with both. So let's sack our Darksteel Citadel. Make a Thopter. Opponent cracks Bloodstained Mire. Is their last card Searing Blaze? That would be annoying. And possibly deadly. Opponent's going to Skullcrack in response. So we don't gain a life here, but this doesn't kill us. So then we Thopter, sack our Mana Rock, go up to 5. Are we just dead next turn, though? Not necessarily. So we drop to 2, get Thopters. We got a block and block. We draw an island. Now we're pretty dead, actually. Well, our opponent had the right combo of cards in their hand. Oh, and we never found our combo pieces. So we get timely reinforcements, super good in this matchup. Get disfigures, also very good in this matchup. And possibly negates / counter squalls. Things we do not want include Black Sun Zenith, very bad. Time Sieve seems pretty unnecessary in this matchup. We don't need infinite turns, so we just need to gain life to win this game. Our removal's probably okay. Spellskite's good. Thirst is necessary. Explosives is medium. We can probably go down and explosives. And maybe a couple mana rocks and try it like that. Alright, we're on the play. And this hand's okay. Not insane, but we get a negate. Get some removal. So we'll keep it. We also have Thopter Foundry, so we just need our sword for the combo. So let's just Darkslake Shores and Executioner's Capsule. Very good answer to Eidolon, which is nice. See what our opponent has. Bloodstained Mire cracks Bloodstained Mire. Stomping Grounds untapped down to 17. And a Goblin Guide. Opponent gets in for 2. We get a Verdant Catacombs off the top of our deck, thanks to Goblin Guide. Ooh, there's Tezzerator. Let's play Verdant Catacombs. Pass the turn. We gotta decide if it's worth killing this Goblin Guide with Executioner's Capsule. Opponent has Swift Spear. That might make it more worth it. Jeez, and more Swift Spears. So many Swift Spears. Well, let's see what Goblin Guide reveals. A land. Alright, let's crack Verdant Catacombs. Get a Swamp. And I think at this point we actually just kill a Swift Spear. Engineered Explosives. Solid draw. Very, very solid draw. So let's Explosives on 1. Now I wish we didn't use our removal, but we don't have that many Explosives. So, Explosives X1. Follow that up by a Swamp. And pass the turn. We want to let Goblin Guide attack before we blow this to see if we get a free land. And then we're getting pretty close to being able to play the control game. So opponent heads us down to 11 thanks to Lava Spike. Goes attacking with both. Do we get a land? We have a Vault Scourge on top. Not horrible. Well, let's blow our explosives. Get rid of the 1-drops. Mountain for our opponent. And follows up with a Grim Lavamancer. So we draw Vault Scourge. Let's just Ghost Quarter and pass the turn. Leave up the ability to negate. Also leave up Thirst for Knowledge to dig for Sword for the combo. Also just blue mana, so we can Thopter Foundry plus leave up negate would be fine. Opponent passes. Alright, so let's Thirst for Knowledge. All mana. I'm almost tempted to just discard 2 cards here, honestly. Like 2 lands? I kind of want all of our artifacts. Yeah, let's discard 2. Catacombs and Swamp. We get Academy Ruins, all the lands in a row. Now let's cast Vault Scourge, not paying life. Play an island, pass the turn. So now we're trying to set up the possibility to Tezzerator and just negative on Vault Scourge. Opponent goes after us with the Lavamancer. We're down to 9. Cracks Wooded Foothills. Our opponent only has 2 cards in hand. Lavamancer has us at a virtual 7, but it's kind of tricky for them to have enough cards to kill us, especially through a negate. But we'll see what our opponent does. Plays a land, only 2 cards, so we're almost certainly not dead. And passes. The downside is if we Tezzerator minus, our opponent can just Grim Lavamancer. Another Thirst for Knowledge. Well, let's attack with Vault Scourge. Is our opponent going to shoot it down? Alright, shoots down our Vault Scourge. Well, in that case, let's play... Actually tricky. Let's just Darksteel Citadel and Thopter Foundry. Pass the turn. So we have the ability to sack our Citadel if we need to gain a life, make a Thopter. Still have negate up. Thirst is going to be tricky, being able to find a window for it. Opponent plays a Goblin Guide, goes to combat, attacks with Goblin Guide. We have another Foundry on top. Well, let's sack Darksteel Citadel, gain a life, make a 1/1, chump Goblin Guide. Alright, well, I don't think we can die here, so we are going to Thirst for Knowledge. Well, discard a Thopter Foundry. Would have rather found a sword. We don't even have that many artifacts to sack, honestly. Well, Academy Ruins and Tezzerator. And let's just plus Tezzerator, see what we can find. Spellskite's reasonable. We get a Spellskite, put the rest to the bottom. And let's just pass the turn. Hopefully next turn we can Spellskite. And if we can survive this turn, I think we're in pretty good shape for winning. Whether or not we can survive is another question. Grim Lavamancer hits us down to 8. Oh, changes things up. Well, our opponent apparently doesn't think they have us dead because they just went after Tezzerator. Plays a land. Alright, well now I'm feeling better about things. We're going to get to untap with a Spellskite and a Negate and a Thopter Foundry, by the looks. Goblin Guide, Mana Rock on top. I'm assuming they're killing Tezzerator? Yep, Tezzerator down. Opponent. He plays an Eidolon. We can't actually deal with Eidolon. Alright. A little scary. We draw the Mana Rock. Well, let's play Spellskite. Drops us down to 8. Opponent's going to Shard Volley us to 5. Also gives them Griv Lavamancer activations to put us to 3. Okay. Puts us down to 8. Or from 8 to 5. We get a Spellskite. Activates Lavamancer. We're down to 3. Play Godless Shrine, tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent peels a Destructive Revelry. What a draw! Our opponent was empty-handed and peeled Destructive Revelry. So if we sack Spellskite, we go to 4. I guess that's all we can do? So sack Spellskite, puts us up to 4, gets us a Thopter, fizzle Destructive Revelry. Opponent goes to combat. We are running out of things we can do, though. We're going to have to sack our Thopter Foundry. Well, let's see what Goblin Guide shows. A Timely Reinforcements. Oh! Can we survive in a position to cast it? Oh, man. Sack Thopter Foundry. I think we're going to be able to Timely with 1 life. And that might get us back into this game. We block. We block. Yeah, block. Stay at 5. We draw Timely Reinforcements. So we cast Timely. Drop to 3. Get a bunch of tokens. Go back up to 9. And then we Tezzerator. No damage off Eidolon. Wow, what a great draw. Tick up Tezzerator. Finally found a Sword of the Meek. So grab Sword of the Meek. And we are about 1 turn away from stabilizing. Wow! Our opponent only has 2 cards in their graveyard for Lavamancer. So our opponent drew the Destructive Revelry, but we found the Timely at the perfect time. Goes after Tezzerator. Tezzerator down to 2. We would love to get Eidolon off the battlefield and then just combo for the win. Goblin Guide at Tezzerator. Eidolon at us. Goblin Guide reveals a Polluted Delta. Well, block Lavamancer. You know what? Actually, forget Lavamancer. we're going to triple block Eidolon. Make sure we get it off the battlefield. And that just... then there should be no way we can lose with our combo here. Gains us enough life that I don't think our opponent can kill us, and we should be able to leave negate up. Tarka's command for our opponent. We drop to 1. Or no. Tezzerator dies, we go to 4. Whoa! Oh, that is a second timely. Let's tap properly. Well, second timely. Good deal. Timely reinforcements up to 10. Play a Thopter Foundry. Play a Polluted Delta. Play a Mana Rock. Crack Polluted Delta. Get an island. Pass the turn. Wow. Well, that has been some incredibly good drawing on both sides. Our opponent drew cards that should have killed us, and then we got incredibly lucky to draw both of our timelies. And now I think we're finally essentially stable, especially considering Sword of the Meek in our hand. Polluted Delta off of the Goblin Guide. Well, we're putting everything in front of Goblin Guide. Might as well keep killing stuff. But negate plus Sword of the Meek plus Thopter Foundry should mean game over. And our opponent only has a land. I expect that they just scoop when we play Sword of the Meek. And we even draw a counter Squall. Well, let's just Sword of the Meek. And that should do it. Polluted Delta. Well, I guess we'll combo right now. Thopter Foundry, sack Sword of the Meek. Gains us a life. So we're just going to go up to like 15 life-ish. Sack our Sword of the Meek. We're not going to spend all of our mana, but enough that we're way out of the danger zone. And also... Godless Shrine mana. Crack Polluted Delta. Get a Sunken Hollow. Pass the turn. Yeah, you might as well get in with our soldier. This lets us leave up Academy Ruins, also our counter magic, and we can always just combo more at the end of turn, so... Opponent's going to fight the good fight. No scooping. Shoots down our soldier. Yeah, it's a losing battle, though. We can make way more 1/1s than our opponent can Goblin or Grim Lavamancer away. Opponent goes to combat. And that's risky. Let's just untap. We draw another Thopter Foundry, so let's just get in with everything. Lightning Bolts, a Thopter. I guess maybe our opponent figures they're ahead on time, and if this game goes to time, they can win that way? I'm not sure. And this is the end. They can Grim Lavamancer once more, but we can make a ton of tokens. Opponent goes down to 4, cracking fetches, getting lands. 2 cards in the graveyard, so they have access to a Grim Lavamancer activation. Shoots us down to 10. Alright. Just make... We only really need one more. Make one more token. That gives us 4 power. And swing for lethal. Wow! That was a really crazy game. Top decks all around for us and our opponent. Good lord. Alright, game 3. Let's see if we can draw some more timely reinforcements. We're just going to run it back. Wow. Alright, well, we're missing a colored mana source, sort of, but we can't ask for much more against Burn. We have the combo backed up by Spellskite for protection. Also, maybe the fizzling of some Burn spells. There's a Goblin Guide. Only thing that would be better would be to draw like a Disfigure or something just to kill this Goblin Guide. Opponent. Oh, we have a Tezzerator on top. That's not exciting. Darkslick Shores. Goo. Wooded Foothills. Opponent cracks it. Do they have the Eidolon? Opponent's been good at getting Eidolons out just about every game. Swift Spear. Some hasty damage. Probably a burn spell as well. No burn spell? Okay. Well, here they come. Do we have a land on top? That would also be fine. Executioner's Capsule. A bit slow without without the mana. Follows it up with a lightning bolt. Oh, I hope our opponent does not have Destructive Revelry. 15, 11. Draw Executioner's Capsule, a Darksteel Citadel, and Spellskite. Pass the turn. I guess we can Ghost Quarter our Citadel to get another colored mana source for our Foundry. Not ideal, but it works. Oh god. And our opponent, of course, drawing the sideboard cards. And that is likely just the game. So I guess we could draw Engineer Explosives on one. We draw a Polluted Delta down to 5. Verdant Catacombs. Yeah, I mean, we're essentially dead. Our opponent just drew the nuts. Not much we can do about that. Ghost Quarter, get an island. This is disappointing. Thopter Foundry, pass the turn. And unless our opponent has no cards in hand and just forgot to play their land last turn, that does it. Kind of unfortunate. Here comes the attacks. Goblin Guide reveals a swamp. There's some lands. I mean, we're dead. It doesn't even matter. Sacking, nothing we do matters. We're just dead. We sack, go up to 6, try to make a chump blocker. We're down a land, so we don't get to do anything next turn. Just none of what we do here has any bearing on the outcome of this game. And there's a Lava Spike. Well, I think that hand was set up very nicely if our opponent didn't draw Destructive Revelry.